This is day 1 of working with Pistol. Pistol is a 23-year-old gelding, and he's been sitting for about 16 years. So we're going to work with him and see what he knows, and hopefully he'd be a good project horse and eventually become a good horse in the program. Pistol is a very kind and gentle horse. He's very muscular, and he just loves to be pet and all that. So right here, Pistol wanted to step forward, so I corrected him by backing him up. And as you can see, he was licking and chewing, so that's a good sign that he's thinking. Right there, I let him smell the brush that I was brushing him with, just to make sure he's comfortable with what I'm doing with him. So right here, I'm brushing him to get a connection between him and I. And as you can see, he's looking around a bit, which is fine. I want him to be comfortable in the situation that he's in. So here I am brushing him on the other side, just to build a connection more with him. So now I will be picking the hooves, and as you can see, he wanted to step forward, so I obviously corrected him by backing him up. And as you can see, he's looking and chewing. And I'm trying it again just to see how he will do. And he will not pick up the hoof for me. So I had to call in John to help me a little bit. So this is John. He's gonna be telling Pistol to walk up just so he's not on that cross tie a whole lot. And this is John picking up his hoof, and as you can see, he's leaning back, and we have one cross tie on him just to see how he will do in the cross ties when he comes up to the regular barn. And then I'm giving him positive reactions to him just to tell him that he's doing good. And he did pretty good with all the other hooves, and we're glad on that, but we're trying to figure out if it's just something with that front left hoof or it's just something to do with anything else. Again, I am giving him positive reactions to when we are cleaning his hooves out, because we want to make sure that he knows that he's doing a good job. So here I am going to be walking him around just to get him used to the environment he's in and let him see all the horses in the back. And he was stopping a little bit, but we had a crop with us so that he could get out of the habit of just stopping and not walking. So here he was not walking, so I just kept the pressure with hitting the crop on his side and getting him to walk. And eventually he did get to walk, but I just kept the pressure until he would walk. So here he eventually gave and started to walk, and so then I released the pressure just to know he did good. And still we are walking around just to make sure he's comfortable and obviously get him out of the habit of just stopping. Here I was trying to yield him, and I kept the pressure on his hind end. And then once he gave, I let go of the pressure just to know he did good. And he wanted to still move, so I backed him up to correct him. And he was licking and chewing, so that is a very good sign that he's thinking about what he did and is learning. Here we are doing stop walk transitions. So just to get him used to, again, walking and not just standing there the whole time. And I wanted him to yield again, just to see how well he would do, and he did very good. Once again, after he does good, I will give him positive reactions like petting him and scratching him. Right here, I was trying to desensitize him by moving around him, seeing what he'll do, and if he reacts to something, I will do it more, but in a less exaggerated way. He did pretty good with the desensitizing, and he didn't really care about what I was doing around him, so that's good. So then we can just move on to more things in the future, like putting a saddle on him and stuff like that. So here I'm just walking him around again just to get him out of the habit of stopping and just to get his mind off of something else. Then here I wanted him to stop and back up because he has the habit of putting his head all the way down to the ground when backing up. So we're trying to get him out of that habit. We think that he was maybe trained as a reining horse, but we obviously want him to keep his head up during lessons just so he's not yanking on the riders' faces. And I also got him to step over, which is very good. I was just trying to see what he had learned in his past owner. There's Callie, but he would not walk, so again, I was just putting pressure on his shoulder, and I wanted him to back up so he thinks again and was willing to walk. So he eventually started to walk, which is very good, so I gave him positive affirmations and gave him pets and all that. So here I am just doing start-stop transitions, like backing up and just stopping and see what he is willing to do. So right here I'm going to back him up, and he goes a little sideways when we back him up, but we just want to see what he knows right now, so we will get to do that in another day. Here I'm just petting him and letting him know that he's being good. And then once again I'm yielding him just to see how he will do, and I will want him to move his feet. Here he would not back up, so I kept hitting his chest just to get him to back up and correct him. So here I was trying to do a little bit of liberty work with him, and he did very good, but there was also a longhorn baby calf in the pen next to him, so he got a little distracted. So I corrected him by just leading him my way, and then I was just petting him, letting him know he was being good. And then he wanted to step forward, so I corrected him again and I backed him up.